Alright, update on Strong. So, it looks like the dead cat bounce is already done, and it looks like we're starting to head down even more. Now, when we did break below this level here at 244, I said that my price target would be down here at 162, and I said, your best case scenario would be we do bottom here, the crypto market caps do turn around, and at best I think I said that your best case scenario would be a retest of this descending resistance before we do roll over. I said in my opinion the more likely scenario is we come up and test this red trend line. I did say we might not even manage to come up to this red trend line because there is so much selling volume coming in for Strong. If we do zoom out, I can kind of just get a very basic line of best fit, something like this. Even if I do it kind of conservatively to where most of the bodies touch, you can very much see that the volume is steadily increasing over time, and basically 80% of the volume is all selling volume. So from what I can see, if I do zoom out to a more macro perspective, selling volume is just flooding into this coin. People are leaving this as soon as they can. In my opinion, it does not look good at all. I mean, I didn't necessarily I didn't know too much about this when we were back here. I only made my YouTube channel maybe 8 weeks or so ago, and this is a fairly new coin that I cover. But from what I can see, I started making videos here and I was saying I think we're going to come down to 163. I said if we did lose 163, then I would be having a target all the way down here between 77 and 70. Now, I get the 70 target from this micro fib, from this low to the high here. That would line us up to 77, and I get 77 because if I zoom out, if I flatten this a bit, you can see, if I get the pole, you can see that we are in a massive bear flag right now. And me drawing this bear flag from here is a pretty conservative one, because I could draw it all the way up from here, and this would still be extremely valid because this is pretty much a straight line down. But even when I'm doing more conservative breakdown targets, this coin just doesn't look good at all. It looks very terrible in my opinion. It's breaking down, falling downhill like a rock. There's so much selling volume coming in. Whenever we do have buying volume, it is basically 1 or 2 days of short-lived buying volume before we do start rolling down. So we never made it up to 240 for a retest. What this shows me is there's so many sellers stepping in. Every time this does go up a tiny bit, people just want to get out. When it comes up from here to here, people want to get out. Obviously do bear in mind all of the cryptos are in a downtrend right now, so that is basically the only thing that you have going for Strong. The only way you can argue Strong is bullish in my opinion is if you say, or not even say it's bullish, but the only reason you can give Strong the benefit of the doubt is if you say Bitcoin's going down, the total crypto market cap's crashing, the stock market's crashing, and I would agree with you on that part there. But in my opinion, Strong is just I'm not saying it's going to come down to zero or it's just going to crash forever. I think at some point it will have a huge bounce, but at least in the short term, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing bear flag after bear flag. We keep on crushing down, the volume keeps on increasing, and the selling volume keeps on increasing. The RSI is flat, the money flow indicator's flat, no one's entering this coin. From what I can see, it is just tiny amounts of retail buying this every now and then before, more retail just dumps their coins on everyone else. So, like I said, I did expect that we were going to be coming down to 162. It doesn't seem like we're going to hold this because, we basically got no bounce at all. This was very mundane, very weak. In my opinion, Bitcoin does not look the healthiest right now, so if Bitcoin explodes tomorrow and this was still an inverse head and shoulders, so be it. But in my opinion, Bitcoin holding this level down here, at 37,000 is the last line in the sand for Strong. And the reason I say that is because if Bitcoin breaks down below 37, which is only $700 away now, then Bitcoin would be coming down to, in my opinion, between 31 to 30,000. And I think Strong would be absolutely falling off the table if that happened. So like I said, your last line in the sand is really 162. If we do lose 162, then we've got anywhere between a 33 and a or sorry, not 33, a 53 and a 57% drop on your hands. So in my opinion, it's very, very likely that Strong is about to fall off the table and come down to 77 or 70. But if I am wrong, we would need to see a strong bounce, a very strong bounce on 161, and we'd need to start breaking above this green line and this descending red line, at least in the short term, before I'd even be micro bullish on this. But in the micro term, this does look extremely bearish to me. In the macro term, it does look bearish to me, but if you are a big fan on this, you might argue that this might do well in the future. I just personally don't really like this token, so I won't, or this coin, so I won't be buying it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I see for Strong. If we do lose 161, then keep an eye on these levels down here, because I think this would be our next stop. So that's pretty much all I see for Strong. Best of luck if you are holding this. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.